Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my God, I've been meaning to say that for so long. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mary. Anyway, I don't know. I've been meaning to do this for the longest. People that know me will tell you every day I said I'm going to start my YouTube channel. Every day I'm going to start my YouTube channel. But today it is here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my God, it sounds so good to say that. Anyway, my name is Mary, and I'm a Nigerian living in the United States, and I've been here for 10 years. And I just thought, how else do I want to give value and start my YouTube channel at the same time? So I'm going to go back, all the way back to where it started from. So I came to the United States in 2015. So this year makes it 10 solid years that I've been here. And trust me, the shock, hmm, the shock that I got, very wild. I'm going to tell you all about it. So, today I'm going to be talking about culture shock. Yeah, you heard me right. Culture shock. So, I'm starting my YouTube channel with a video of something from way back. Like I said, let's jump right into this video. So, the first thing on my list, talking about the culture shock, is something very small, very minute. However, oh my God, socket plug. I don't know what to call it right now. I'm gonna show you an example of what I'm talking about. Is this thing right here? Let me see whether you guys can see it. This bad boy or this bad girl. Can you see? Look at it from this angle. This is what our chargers look like here. If you've seen anybody tell you about chargers here in the States, yeah, this is what our chargers look like. So I came here. Even someone told me, oh, buy an adapter, something like that. I bought something, it was red and black. If I see a picture, I'm gonna attach it here, but I don't have it on me right now. And I bought that thinking that, oh, I'll be able to plug it in. And then I got to the States, I couldn't plug my phone in. So you need something that looks like this. However, there are extension cords that can be used. You can get it at your electric store, electric shop. Yeah. So this was the first thing that shocked me. Now moving on to the second thing. So the second culture shock for me when I got to the States, now, I mean, I've kind of heard a little about it that, um, people like to mind their business, but it's different if you have to experience it. When you're being told is a whole different ballgame. Like, oh, people like to mind their business. Interesting. But when you have to leave it, oh my goodness, like I don't know my neighbor. I've been here almost 3 years. I don't know who my neighbor is. I don't know anybody down the street. Like when I'm saying neighbor, I'm not talking like next building or whatever. Like I'm literally talking about the next door. I don't know if the person there is white, black, Asian, whatever. I have no idea. That's how individual America is. Independence here is wild. You don't know your neighbors. It's only in some cases or say rare cases. Maybe if you live in a place that is a house, not an apartment, then you might know your next house neighbor. Some people are nice, they would come and visit you and say, hey, I'm the one living right there. If you have any questions, come and ask me stuff like that. But if it's an apartment, you move in, people move out every time and you don't even know. Like I said, I have no clue who my next door neighbor is, and I'm not bothered because I really don't need them. Like in Nigeria, it's communal living. Mommy next door neighbor, or if you live in a face me, I face you. I mean, this is not to shade anybody. I lived there for a long time, so if you live like a face me, I face you. I know my neighbors. I know the one. I know everybody in our compound. Yes, because I have to. Even when we moved, I still knew people around us. The person selling the store, market, kiosk shop around. All of those things you have to. But here, you don't need it to be honest. But that's just a system of living. But if you have it, it's good. Again, communal living here is next to nothing. We're gonna talk about that more in another video because people that have kids, you know how community will help you now with the kids. Are going to school. Mommy told you, mommy wala to school. Mommy kiniko, all those things. But here, he didn't do, she didn't do. It's non-existent. It's painful, but yeah, that's what it is. All right, moving to my next topic. Culture of eye contact. Yeah, look at me, I look at you, look at me, I look at you. So here you have to make eye contact with people, and it starts from your interview. When you go to the embassy for interview, you have to make that eye contact. It's not an option because over here Eye contact is seen as you being truthful. You don't have anything to hide. You're looking at me because I feel like that's the way people try to read you. You know, when they look into your eyes, they can read you. However, when you're taking your eyes away, in Africa, especially Nigeria, that's where I'm from, and that's what I'm going to talk about. In Nigeria, you have to look down when an adult is talking to you. You have to look away, just to show that you're being respectful. However, that is disrespectful over here. You're supposed to. It means that you're hiding something. So if you're not hiding anything, you look straight at the camera, you look straight at the person, and you speak to them. That's basically one of the culture shocks that I had here. Looking straight into somebody's eye, and now I'm a pro. I'll be staring into your soul, says. I'm just kidding. So while we're still on that, talking about elderly people and stuff like that, I'm gonna talk about school too. So in school, you know how there are some questions you want to ask, and you know that if you ask that teacher, that lecturer, well, the possibility of you graduating is second to none. We don't have that over here. You can ask anybody. Over here, you're going to survive on information. Who else to ask than your teachers anyway? Well, we're going to talk about that information thing in another video. I'm noting that all the videos that we're going to do. I've talked about respect. I've talked about something else. There's a lot that I'm going to break down further. However, today I'm only talking about the shocks. All right. So now I'm talking about school. Question. You can question your professor. Now, when I say question them, you can ask questions. Also, you can question them if you feel like they're being rude to you or they're being mean to you or you're not understanding or the process of you being told, literally anything. You can question them and you can ask them questions, if you know what I mean. And it won't be taken against you. Like, you know where we're from. You ask too many questions, we collect bass balls. So, anyway, even though the bass goals might be subtle, is there. They might not tell you that, oh, they're gonna do anything, but you will see the result. You're gonna see it, and you're gonna know that is that question that you ask shall put you in trouble. Anywho, that is also going to bring me to the next culture shock, which is also about school timing. Ooh, it was here that I got and I understand that there is nothing called African time. You're going to class, you're going to school, you're going to work, like the only time I literally experience that I enjoy what's it called now? African timing or African time is when I'm going for a Nigerian party. If a Nigerian party here, oh, that's another culture shock. If a Nigerian party here is going to start on the IV, if it says 5 p.m., my sister, I'll get there by 11 p.m. if it's in Houston. Because I feel like Dallas people they arrive on time. But we're gonna get there later. I'm going to tell you some of the differences that I experienced between Dallas and Houston because I've lived over there. Again, that's going to be in another video. So yeah, Dallas party, if it's 5 p.m., you can get there around 7, 8, you still be fine. Houston, if it's by 5 p.m., my sister will still sleep away. When it's like 9, 10, you can show up. Or let's, yeah, around that time. Because if you go too early, you'll be the one to help them arrange the chairs. I'm just telling you. Anyway, let's come back to this culture shocks. Another shock talking about workplace, school is hierarchy. I remember when I first got to the state, I'd meet the dean of student affairs, whoever, SUG governor, the principal of the school would walk past like nothing with no entourage. People are not following him. He's speaking to students freely on the corridor. You guys play basketball together at some point. Like what I'm trying to say is the hierarchy here is not as crazy. Here at your workplace, you can walk up to your president's office and say, hey, I have this idea. It's open door policy, literally, for the most part. You can easily talk to someone, you can easily approach anybody. It might be the vice president of your department, it might be the president of the company, it might be your direct boss. So there's no I cannot talk to a girl. Now, go and tell your girl that you have a idea about the company that is not your own and come and see what's going to happen. So I say that to say, um, you know, hierarchy here is a big deal and it's not a problem. Hierarchy is not um to pull you down, it's just to have structure in the company. However, people in position of authority here, they are more than open, accessible, they are willing, it's open door policy, and it's just very good. And that is the total different from the norm from Nigeria where I was coming from at the time. So I struggled a little bit to adapt, but at the end, I'm getting used to it. Still getting used to it. So, like I said, law and order. Even if you're walking your dog, there's law and order. Oh, that reminds me. If you have pets, yeah, If you are living in the house with pets, those pets gotta have insurance. They have to have doctor's appointment. They have to have health record so that your dog is not biting somebody and giving them rabies. Like they have to have like their own cage, be cared for. You can't just have dogs and maltreat them, or they're just laying about like ekuke or whatever. You have to take care of your dogs, your pets, whatever pets you have. If you're living in an apartment, the apartment has to know. You have to have like protection for them. It's very, when I say law and order, it's law and order to the T, very detailed. Everything is detailed. You're not just doing stuff just because you're doing it because hey, this is how this thing is meant to be done. There's law and order for literally everything. Your pet, so your anything, basically. Law and order. So part of the law and order I was talking about is credit score. There's something called credit score. I started hearing recently that there's going to be something like that in Nigeria too. I don't know much about it in the Nigerian culture, how it works. I think my brother mentioned it to me the last time I went to Nigeria. Yes, I went to Nigeria recently and I'm going to give you guys all the tea. So I was talking about credit scores, right? Credit scores are like your purchasing power. I don't know how to define it. If I can put it on the screen somehow I will, but I don't know. It's sure literally attached to you, it's attached to your name. Any crime that you commit financially is going to appear on that thing. For instance, let's say you get in a medical like, emergency and you have to be taken to the hospital. You're gonna get a bill. Yeah, he didn't free oh. That 911 that you're calling go free. Abi your phone go and do mistake. You now go and die emergency clinic or police now come. I don't know if they charge for that. Don't let me say what I don't know. However, if you get to go in an ambulance and go to the hospital, congratulations, you're gonna get a bill. If you got involved in an accident, you're gonna get a bill. Now that bill can be humongous. It can be scary. Sometimes I give it. I think my first bill, my first ambulance bill was like $3,000. I almost ran mad. Like, excuse you, lórí pé mo kàn wọnú ambulance, they carry me to the hospital and they check one or two things and they discharge me the same day, 3,000 ọjọ́ kan. You people don't know what you're talking about, but my sister and my brother, you're gonna get that bill and you're gonna have to pay it, or else it goes to your credit. If you reach your credit, you now determine what you want to do. Well, the hospitals will call you. They will call you before then, before they put it on your credits. They will tell you, oh, you have to pay this bill. They will pursue you in your sleep. You will see them as you are going out. You will see them making call. You will see anywhere you're going. You will see them. They will come for you. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. It's funny, but it's not funny. See, credit scores are important, and as far as you have a social, it goes on your record. Basically, that's how it works. If you have a social security card, then just know that anything you do financially goes to that. If you purchase something, um, I'm trying to look for the word, what we call higher purchase in Nigeria. Say you buy it and you don't pay immediately, you have to pay instrumentally. There are a lot of provisions for that, where you pay for stuff instrumentally and it goes on your record. So if you default and they come after you and you don't pay, it goes on your record. You may be able to clear it off from there or let it just sit there. So many things happen afterward. I cannot disclose here. Thank you very much. Go and find out later. But that is a shocker because, first of all, and that determines, oh, it determines a lot of things. If you're going to get a car, if you're going to buy something, your purchasing power, basically, I think the highest score is 800. Once you are beginning to eat the bum of the pot, that is pay to coins pot, if it's getting to the lowest of the lowest, that is, I think, if you are beginning to enter 500, we need to start asking you what exactly is going on. Close share and is everything okay at home? Yeah, but good credit scores, fairly good, start from around 600, and the highest score is 800. My credit score, let me start keep quiet. We thank the Lord. That's what I can say. So that is that about credit scores. Let's talk about fun stuff. Okay, maybe not fun, but as a Nigerian, when I first got here, one of the things that surprised me a lot is realizing that I am black. Now, I say that with all, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that, oh, you know, a black person before. You people, no. You know that in Nigeria, you are either Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, Ishan. But here, you are just black. And you know what I'm trying to talk about. racism is still a thing. It is real. Let me tell you how you're going to experience it. I'm giving you this so that when you come over, you are not in total shock because I've heard about it, but I didn't understand the degree, like how deep and how real it is. Now, again, it also depends on what state in the United States that you're coming into or that you came into. Now, I came in, my first state here in the States was Chicago for a day. And I'm counting Chicago because I was there for over almost 24 hours, if not more than. That's one. Two, I went out and I purchased something and I know how I was treated. And then after that, I went to Missouri. That was where my school was. Now, the experiences in these two places are kind of similar because there were a lot of white people there. So, yeah, it was kind of similar. If you go to shop, then as at whether it's Walmart or you go to hair place to buy beauty supply and stuff like that, you're treated as a black person. And what that means is you may carry your basket, your shopping basket to go around, and then there's somebody following you. They will follow you as if they're not following you to see whether you will not pick something, to see whether you will not, to see what you are picking. If you're not picking something and hiding it inside the, it's crazy, but that's the truth. We Nigerians have been very, very, in fact, I would say that I'm very proud of the Nigerians in America. Forget what you see on the news. We don't do all of those nonsense, petty thieving, all of those things. This is not to call out anybody, but yeah, I'm so proud to be a Nigerian, and I'm so proud that I do Nigeria proud and Nigeria great. People would want to, take stuff that doesn't belong to them and hide them in some places. So those are the things that make them like come after us based on their experience or whatever it is that feeds. Anyway, that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is you will know that you are black. Once you enter this country, you're gonna know that you're black. Also, another thing is as a Nigerian, um racism, like I said, is still a big deal in this country. Even in school you'll be treated differently. I'm sorry, but that is still happening in big old 2025. You'll be treated differently by peers, by lecturers. The one that hurts me the most is being treated differently by my fellow black people, my fellow Nigerians. Expect it. Some of them that have been here longer than you want to, let's not go into that, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's the honest truth. You'll be treated differently by Nigerians that have been here longer, Africans of other countries or other cultures. I don't know. But it's a thing here. You'll also be treated differently by African Americans and also by the white people, by the Indians, by the Asians. Just prepare your mind and know that it's not about you, it's who they are. Just be you. Your originality, your authenticity is going to pave way for you. Trust me. You don't have to form it, you don't have to fake it, you don't have to none of all that stuff. So I'm just going to say be prepared to be treated as a black person. The next culture shock is calling adults by their names. Yeah, you heard me right. So I got here and then, school, I came here to study, and my professors, I have to call them by their first name, literally. Like there's no elder anywhere. Even like you go to the store or the workplace where you go to work. There's a lady I was working with. I'm never gonna forget Susan in my entire life. She was literally like the first very elderly person that I would work with. And I had to call her by name. The day I found out her age, I almost passed out. I was like, what? This lady was close to 80. She's skinny, not tall, and she a lot. When I say a lot, a lot. But she was one of the most amazing people that I've met in this country. However, I had to call her by name. It was a struggle. And I think because it was a school environment, she knew that I was struggling. She knew. So she makes me feel comfortable, plays with me, and it was fun working with her, by the way. But yeah, I hope she's alive. She's still alive. I hope she's good. I hope that the world favors her. Anyway, yeah, that was my first one of the first culture shocks that I had. I have to call older people by name, literally their first name, and there's no resentment afterward. You get it's not just you being told that you have to call them by name. It's the fact that you know that you're not gonna get like you know in Nigeria now, professor, you call a professor by name, you may never graduate that school or you fail that course, something like that. Nothing like that here. So it's I don't know, but very shocking. Yeah, let me just leave it at that. It is very shocking. You have to call people by their first name, and to them, that is respect. Again, we're going to talk about respect sometime along the line, because I've realized that what you think is respect, or what you know as respect is not respect, you'll be shocked. But that's not the reason we are here today. We'll come back to that another time. So, calling people by their first name, get used to it. Culture shock that I experienced would be, so white people, they shower, I think, once a day. I still don't know why, or not at all. Some shower just once a day. Some they don't even shower at all, and I'm like, and you can smell it. You can perceive it. He oozes. Like, why do you think pay is not a good idea for you to shower? Like, cooking, hear me. Why are you not showering? I don't know, but they don't shower. The ones that do manage and try to do once a day, only one day. Kilo shele gan, why are you showering only once in a day, for God's sake? We have what the way we use water, the way we have water, we have access to water. That is part of the culture shock. Oh. We didn't used to have water like that in Nigeria, except we have bowl, we have to pump water. Here, there's like 247. However, we didn't need to pump water. The water will come out because you're gonna pay for it. Yeah, after you pay your rent, there's a room for utilities. Your electricity bill, you will pay. Your light, okay, lights and electricity. Your water bill, you're gonna pay. Siwa, toilet chalanga, yeah, you're gonna pay for it. What else do you pay for? Your internet, yeah, you're gonna pay for your internet. You're gonna pay for your phone bill. Oh, phone bill is the one that shocked me the most. At this point, I'm rambling everything together because this video is already getting too long. Phone bill, whew, you're going to pay. You're going to pay that phone bill. Farabale. Lastly, let's wrap it up. Or we're gonna have a part two. If you want a part two, please let me know. But yeah, let's wrap this up. The last thing, the last shock for me would be, for everything you have to book appointment. Now, when I say this, for everything you have to book an appointment. Doctor, the last women's appointment that I went to, I had booked that appointment like 7 months ago. Yeah, you heard me right. If you want to see like the best doctors or something, some appointments go as far as that. They will tell you, oh, there's no date until so date. So you book ahead. And then you can now reschedule as time goes by. So you book their earliest dates. Then if you're not available, you reschedule. It's better than trying to get in. Yep. So you book appointment for doctor's appointment. You want to do your eyelash. You want to do your nails, your pedicure, your manicure. You want to retire your lock. You want to, my sister, you will book appointment. It will shock you. Interview, oh, normal, we know. But things like nails, where you just go, well, share me, but also that skinny con. My sister, it didn't work out. You got to book appointment. You want to do lash, you want to what's it called, wax your you know, you have to book appointment. You literally have to book appointment for everything. That might not be a shock for a lot of people, but for me, that was a shocker. Why can't I just go there and say, please help me to put relaxer on my head, oh, and I will be going? No, you have to book appointments. You have to book appointment for everything. If you want more culture shocks, please leave a comment down below. So, culture shock is real, but it's a real part of our journey. You get to adapt as time goes by. All I'm going to say is, you pick what works for you and you leave some, and you just find a way to blend in and do whatever works for you. And I feel like that's going to make you a beautiful blend of both worlds. But yeah, some things are very necessary, and some things are like, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about culture shock. So let me know if you've moved from Nigeria to America or from any other country to America and you've experienced culture shock. Please put it down in the comment section below. Let's have conversation. Let's keep the conversation going. What was your culture shock? And if you'd like me to do a part two of this culture shock, put it down in the comment below and let's have some more conversation. Until I come your way next time, please do not forget to like, share to that person that you know is been in this country, but they didn't tell you anything. Let them put their comment in this. Let them put their comment in the comment section below. If you know anybody that is coming to America and doesn't know much about the culture, please share to them as well. And this is going to help. Let them like, subscribe, and share to others. Until I come your way next time. Bye bye. Again, welcome to my YouTube channel.